potions, anything
Yes?
providing magic.
Fruits.
Yeah?
Vegetables.
What do you want?
Fresh from the oven. Treat yourself.
No, I just put them out for you to look at. Tell me what you need, and be quick about it. Walk blessed.
Walk blessed. Sure, take a look. Walk blessed.
Rumors about the horrible events of the past wars.
All for the well-dressed my sir, and my dame, of course. Walk blessed. All your heart could ever desire. Take a look. May his light guide you. Come back if you find the time. Hard times these are. Hard times. Well, well.
Yes? How may I be of service? Of course.
Hammers, daggers, swords, the best from the Chilean archipelago to this beautiful country. Let me know when something catches your interest.
War on Nerum. War on Chile. Red madness. The fuck is wrong with this world?
Looking for steel? I can provide. Everything for the path-abiding soldier. Come again.
Many of you may have heard it
Hungry
already.
for arcade?
There's war in Kira. A group of honorless heretics who adorn themselves with the name Disciples of the Sand.
Midnight. Between cobblestone and excretion. Between darkness and light.
Advance the fleet! Always forward! Always forward!
Yes?
Glory and honor!
Yes?
The spears at the ready, driving the swords as the bodies.
Hey, you're an adventurer, aren't you? I bet you've got a lot of stories to tell.
Now look at that. A new face. How can Gabor serve you today? A Pyrean dagger, mayhaps? No? How about an ancient claymore for the steps of Ereziel? Wait. Say that again. Oh, by the name of the sun! You're Neremaze, aren't you? And even better, you're from Ostian. Oh, by the now deceased seven gods, what brings you here? To Enderal, I mean. Indeed, I am. And before you ask, I fled, just as you probably did, even though the artist inside of me loves the chaos. The family man doesn't. At least not enough that he would risk the life of his family. And well, now here I am. By the face of time, what a dull place this is. The people here, this endless rambling about the path and Malthus. I would have never thought the Order could actually succeed in keeping the truth about the Lightborn's death from the people so long. But in a place like this, that problem pretty much solves itself, it seems. The people here are so obstinate. I was surprised to find out they do not still pray to a Satyron. The forbidden book? Don't hold it against me, but I'd rather keep quiet about that. Maybe ask that librarian, Marius. He always struck me as the free-spoken type. Oh, my friend, if I were to tell you this, what reason would you have for my services? Secret of the trade. Oh yes, that I am. Painter of the black powder, the fiery moments, one could say. In Nerem I could make a living from that. But in this country, my art is not exactly acknowledged. Certainly. Just take your time. Safe travels.
An obvious.
Thousand raindrops, red and small. Oh, from the velvet sky they fall.
Hear my words, O path of fighting people of this holy city. A miracle has happened. A miracle that must happen.
Well, look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite a maze if you don't know it.
Yes,
Right, you're from Ostian. I almost forgot.
the lost heir.
They're quite fascinating, these places, aren't they? You can climb high, and you can fall just as deep. And every place vibrates with life.
As Grand Master of the Holy Order. The esteemed Tretesha, Natara
Here, put this on. And before you ask, yes, it's necessary. Just trust me.
and no one else, Lord Arenthiel himself shall lead this holy city from this day on. His fearless leadership shall be what helps us find our way.
Wow, nice sword.
Cherish, oh brothers and sisters. Cherish and thank the Lord for
Who
his
are you?
Hungry? I've got just what a weary traveler needs.
Men, that's just how they are.
So, about this fever. Usually those gifted with magic have to report their talent to the Order, and then pass a ritual that teaches them how to deal with their magic. The journey to the water is what they call it. Once they've passed that, the fever reduces to an endurable level, and new alchemists have their names registered in some kind of holy books. But there are other ways to get rid of the fever, and I hope my employer can tell you about them. Okay, almost there.
Yes.
Hold it, my sir. No civilians beyond this point without explicit permission. Who are you, and what leads you to this holy place?
Business. I'm Jaspar Dalveric, and I work for the Naramese mages.
Ah, right. The mercenary. And who's your companion?
Marijo de Luna from Ostian, esteemed holder of de Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance, the most prestigious perfumery in all of Vin. Archmagister Marigil sent for him. Didn't he tell you?
The Archmagister. Well, that does sound like him. Fair enough, you may pass. But show this place the respect it deserves, mercenary. You too, Meister de Luna.
You have my word, fair lady. Thank you. Well, that went better than expected. Hey, it worked, didn't it? That's all that matters. Nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about time I tell you a little bit more about this employer of mine. His name is Constantine Firespark, and he's one of Narathzor Orenthiel's former followers, which the new Grand Master, Tealor Orenthiel, brought here by ship about 2 years ago. That means he's one of the former arch-enemies of the Order. They usually wear green, while the Order wears white or red. That should make it easy for you to tell them apart. Firespark's pretty much the eldest of Narathzul's mages, and quite well versed in magic, at least from what I've heard. Plus, he's a very gentle and likable fellow, which is why even the Keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions, and help you get rid of the fever. Come, follow me.
Unreliable. That's what they are. All of them.
All right, here we are. Hang on.
No. That's not how you do it.
Blasted, I'm just being careful. We
like
have to...
heck we do. Give me that thing, now. Blasted, blistering, blazes! That's what you get for working with fumblers. I told you we
Master
should be
Firespark.
careful. What? Now who the heck are you? Can't an old man have a moment to himself?
You hired me. The Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger. So why are you here? Had any luck?
Just spar. And yeah, we did find something. I
suggest you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your drinking mates up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential to you?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular fellow over here needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the Keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This man's magic is different, Meister. Just feel his aura and you'll see it. Plus, he's from Nerim, just as you are.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers. Anyway, that chair over there. Take a seat, and I'll have a look at that fever of yours. All right, then. This will tickle a little. Yeah, you're right. This aura does feel different. Complex somehow, and powerful. And do you really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now. Fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that Scrounger. I see. Regarding this vision thing, I think that your mind simply played a trick on you there. Not that it's much of a surprise, considering what you've been through. Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off. By all that's holy, I won't start playing your tutor now. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Balador Goldenstein.
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meister Firespark's beard is on fire. And what defines an Arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities and let parts of them come true.
Well, look at that, Jasper. You surprised me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an Arcanist is depends on 3 factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see, how well he can bring parts of them into our reality, and finally, how well his mind can handle seeing other realities simultaneously with ours. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain inal, but as I said, read Goldenstein if you're interested in the topic. I'm not going to waste any time with lectures. Well, that's probably a sign that you should go easier on the booze. Skill, whether of physical or magical nature, isn't gained through touching some stones, but through hard work and discipline. Even though this screwball Enderalian talk of paths and predeterminations tries to tell us otherwise. Well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the... Blasted, blistering blazes! Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you. Lashery always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Tealor Renthiel here, didn't you, my sir? And you told me that in this vision of yours, the Veiled Woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true? Oh. Then this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore. Tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room? Well, this is strange indeed. Anyway, for now all that matters is that we get that magic of yours under control. Whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months. Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind not being able to handle all of these possibilities, so to speak. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is called the Journey to the Water. Put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life worth living. In due time, the Arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, we Neremes know of a way to quicken that process. A shortcut, if you will. I'm not capable of performing it, but another one of us is. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek her out as soon as possible. There is indeed, and this reason is called ignorance. The Order's rituals haven't changed since the Lightborn slipped out of their cradles, and the Keepers do their best to keep anything progressive out of their country. But please, if you're up for a year of austerity and stern-faced magisters scolding you, go for it. I really don't care. She's currently in a ruin called Old Rashengrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that I sent you. Give me that map of yours. Okay, now you'd have to be a total idiot to miss it. I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, you're going to come with me and show me what your trip to the Sun Coast brought forth. Hopefully, more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
Quite a character, isn't he? But I like him somehow. Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And in case you're in the mood for a mug of ale and a good chat, just drop by the Dancing Nomad in the Stranger's Quarter. I'll get myself a room there for the time being. With all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my friend. I'll see you around. Never walked back on the road from the aged man's abode.
I thought you were in the city.
Ugh, blazes.
No,
Sorry. I know. I can't sing.
Feels good to be here, to be honest. But the funerals... I could have done without them, though.
I don't doubt that. I still can't believe that really happened. Brother Yarrow, he was such a good man.
I don't think the Red Madness cares much about that.
Probably not, no. I wonder how it happens, the infection.
What do you mean?
Well, the red eyes and the obvious madness only happen in the last stages of the disease. What happens before that? And how? How can one tell someone else is afflicted?
Why, scared you've caught it, are you?
That is not funny. You know, I've had this feeling that there's something wrong with Yarrow for quite some time, long before it happened.
You don't say. His wife was murdered. Don't you think that would have thrown you out of balance too? Path-abiding Enderalian or not?
That's not what I mean. Her death broke him, yes. But there was no hatred in him, only grief. The hatred only came shortly before he did it.
Sorry, but I don't really see what you're going at.
I'm just trying to say that, well, maybe we all should be careful. Maybe it was Euro's grief, his instability, that made him susceptible to the Red Madness in the first place. But let the Flameling and the Apothecari find that out. I have to go now, brother. Walk blessed.
Well met.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You do not belong here.
Brother, did you get my letter? This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here. This is holy ground, Outlander. You do not belong here.
Is it important?
Huh? Can I help you?
Yes? Walk blessed, friend. Where are you headed?
About Myrids? What is there to tell? They're beautiful animals, majestic and wild, and dangerous if you're unlucky enough to run into an untamed one. In the time before the Blood Moon Revolt, a long time ago, tame Myrids like this one here was a really rare sight. Nowadays, though, they're pretty common, at least here at Enderal. Pity, somehow. I guess that sounds stupid, but I sometimes long for the times my grandfather lived in. Being a Myrid warden was far more prestigious back then, and even feared with Sublime or Keepers. Nowadays, well, you can guess. Riding a Myrid has become as ordinary as riding a mule. But, who am I to complain? Oh, well, that's hard to explain. They communicate by clicking sounds. I, as a warden, have been trained to hear them, but you probably can't. And through those clicking sounds, I also tell them where you want to go, before you mount them. Obviously, that only works for routes that the Myret already knows by heart. Sure, where to? Good evening. Sure, where to?
What? Dark again? Oh shit, the fodder!
from there! Now! By the prophet's ass! 1 second later and I would have been scraping your remains off the floor. What in blazes are you doing here anyway? Let's put it this way. I know how to hide when I don't want to be seen. And concerning the explosion, you stepped right into a Kiranian dust crystal. Get a little too close and wait a little too long, and you'll have your ass blown around your ears by an explosion that would put any cannon to shame. Lashiri? Oh my. The fellow really isn't one for names, is he? I'm Lashari, but never mind that. At least it proves you're not lying. Anyhow, I hope you're not the backup I asked for. I was hoping for someone more, impressive. No offense. Is that so? Indeed. You have some uncontrolled magic inside you. And quite a lot of uncontrolled magic. Not bad. I've never felt anything like this before. Very well. If Constantine insists, I will perform the ritual on you. But it'll have to wait, since I'm up to my neck in this shit, as you've probably noticed. Short version or long version? Which do you prefer? Fine. I suppose you already know that that is me, my assistant, 2 Arcanists, and 4 Keepers, are here to do research on, well, on something, which is exactly what we've done these past weeks. But, as I went upstairs to get something a couple hours ago, I suddenly heard screaming and the clanging of metal coming from downstairs. As I looked for cover, I saw these 2 shapes in red robes vanishing into the lower parts of the ruin. I have no idea who they are or why they're here, but to me, they look like mercenaries. Anyway, fact is, my esteemed Enderalian colleagues and my assistant are still down there, together with our research, and I want them back. And before you ask, yes, you can help me. You'll have to, actually, if you want me to tame your magic. I wouldn't have a chance fighting the mercenaries by myself, but the 2 of us might be able to do it, provided you can defend yourself, which I'm quite sure you can. What do you say? Are you ready? Oh, that's hard to explain. But part of it is finding the answer to the universal question. Why do some people have the nerve to ask irrelevant questions when shit is going down around them? After we've cleaned up the mess, we can do this whole, who are you and what are you doing here thing if you want to. But this really isn't the time. No idea. But I don't think there are more than a dozen. Also, they don't anticipate any resistance, which is to our advantage. Fine, then follow me. And keep your weapons ready. I think I just heard footsteps down there.
Shit, you were right.
Just try. Stabbed like a pig. Wait, hang on. What's this? By the prophet's ass. I don't believe it. They're orders. My assistant, Sev. It seems he's the reason these fuckers managed to take us by surprise. Save it for Sev when I shove this staff up his ass and fire a thunderbolt. Shit, can you smell that? That's fire. So, these guys really are trying to destroy our research. We have to do something. You're adept at magic, right? Take this spell and use it to put out the fires. If I'm right, the mercenaries are trying to destroy the stone fragments, and we have to stop them. You take the lower part of the ruin. Try to save as many stones as you can. I'll take the upper part, and when it's all done, we'll meet here again. Oh, and one more thing. If you should find my assistant Sev down there, try to take him alive and bring him to me. I want to take care of him myself, okay? Then let's get going. Well, I'll be damned. That's what I call good timing. I take it you were successful? What about the fragments? Did you save them? All of them? Call me a pregnant Lyran. You really are good at what you do. You won't regret it, I swear. What about Sev? Did you find him? Fuck. That little shit. I was hoping I could make him tell us who's behind all this. Well, whatever. No use crying over spilt milk, I guess. What's your name, anyway? Amidst all this, we didn't have time for formalities. You're pleased? Well, that's good to hear. I actually had the feeling that I was a little rough on you. Sorry for that, really. Sometimes I just have a short fuse. Anyway, let's talk about the reason you're here. For starters, tell me how you managed to get the old ranter to trust you. That doesn't happen very often. I've got time. Uh-huh. So, you're saying that you learned all this, the magic, the swordplay, in such a short time? That's fascinating, to say the least. And these visions, if I understand correctly, you foresaw the death of the two apothecary? It does indeed. But hey, who am I to judge? Here you are, the mysterious stranger who appeared out of thin air and, without much fuss, took out an entire group of sellswords. And even better, now you tell me that these skills come from studying magic for only a couple of weeks, and that you can see the future. You certainly are full of shit. Not you, sorry. I mean, I just had a strange thought. But no, that would be crazy. Way too unlikely. Well, I'd like to speak freely, but I'm bound to my agreement with the Holy Order. However, I will tell Constantine and old Aranthiel about my theory. And you will probably have to be patient until the latter decides to put you in the picture. Sorry. But if my idea is correct, then we'll be in a position to really kick ass. Anyway, hold still for a moment. Ready? All right, let's do this. Don't worry, it'll just tickle a bit. Are you all right? That wasn't on purpose. Really. Sorry, as I said, I didn't mean to do that. I have no idea what just happened. The ritual isn't exactly harmless, but normally you shouldn't feel more than a weak tickle at most, regardless of how it goes down. But, maybe this has something to do with the strangeness of your aura. I already said this, but it's so different. It's hard to explain. Somehow complex and cold, maybe. But hey, I'm probably just out of practice. It worked, and that's what matters. Your fever will now settle down to an endurable level, and maybe even vanish if you're careful. And now I suggest you return to Constantine. I will get the stones to safety in the meantime. You need anything else? If not, see you later. We're going to meet again. I can feel it. Well, put simply, they're supposed to protect us. But old Aranthiel will tell you more about it later. Take care.
Hello. Good to hear. Where to?
As I said, the offer stands. Just think about it, okay?
I will. Take care.
Yes.
Huh?
My sir.
Is it important?
Malphas's blessings. And our room's looking for you. It's Snow Ark Noble Quarter, but it's warm and clean. Want it? Good. We'll open up the room for you. And please, no shady business. We walk the righteous path in here and don't want any trouble. Come back anytime.
That's just how it is.
My sir?
Malphas's blessings.
As I said, move along. Just think about it, okay?
Put that.